good morning, grade 7 students. In this session, we're going to talk about the semester 1 exam. And let's start with question number 1, digestion of fish. So digestion of fish, the experiment below is done to study the effect of the pancreatic juice on fish. So first, the two test tubes, they are placed at temperature 37 for 5 hours. So first note, what is the aim? Why did we do this experiment? The answer of this question, why did we do this experiment, is the aim, or it's the purpose, or it's the objective of this experiment. So let's start first. Let's pick one of the guys here. Let's have Adam Arauni. You can unmute yourself, Adam.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so if I ask myself, why did we do this experiment? What will be the answer? It's found in the text.
To study the effect of pancreatic juice on fish.
Excellent. So this is the answer of the first part. Here I get 0.75 marks. What is the aim or the purpose of the objective of this experiment? The aim is to study the effect of pancreatic juice on fish. Okay, let's move now. Adnan Arauni, do you have any question or you want to answer?
No, I want to answer.
Okay, let's keep yourself for the second part. Okay, Adnan?
Okay.
Okay, so let's move to the figure. In this figure, we have two tubes. First tube, we have pancreatic juice and fish. In the second tube, we have water and fish. Both tubes, they are placed at 37 degrees Celsius for 5 hours. So if I ask you, Adnan, what is the duration of this experiment?
The duration of this experiment is 5 hours.
Excellent. The duration is 5 hours. Moving to Lamar. Lamar at part B, they said indicate the variable factor. Before we answer Lamar, can you tell me what the meaning of variable factor?
The difference?
Excellent. The difference. What's the difference between tube 1 and 2?
One has pancreatic juice.
Excellent.
And the other one has some water.
Excellent. Very good. This is the variable factor. This is part 2. So this is part B. So here we get 0.75 marks. The variable factor, in tube 1 we have pancreatic juice, and in tube 2 we have water. Thank you, Lamar. Let's move now to Hassan Watfa. Good morning, Hassan.
Good morning.
Okay, so Hassan, what do you think? Where would digestion occur? In tube 1 or in tube 2?
Tube 1.
Tube 1, why? Why do you think in tube 1 there will be digestion of fish?
Sencito.
Why? Because we have pancreatic
juice.
Excellent. So pancreatic juice will digest the fish, while the water will not digest the fish. Okay? Thank you, Hassan. Part C, they said arrange in the table the conditions and the results of the experiment. So we have to draw the table. What do we have to give the table? Reem, can you help me? What do we have to give the table? We have to give it what?
A title.
Excellent. A title. And
a legend.
A legend. Plus means presence and minus means absence. Thank you. Thank you, Reem. Let's move now to Adam Hayek. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
Good morning. Part D. They said identify the tube in which the digestion of fish occurred. Where does the digestion of fish occur? In tube 1 or in tube 2?
In tube 1.
In tube 1. Excellent. They said identify. Identify, it's at the rhyme of why, fi.
Justify.
So we have to justify. Excellent, Adam. Can you justify? You said that digestion occurred in tube 1. Why? What do we have? Because we have Yes, Adam? Because we have what? You hear me, Adam? Maybe the
Yes. In the
yes.
first one, we put a pancreatic juice.
So you have to say that digestion occurred in tube 1 since we
Yes.
have pancreatic.
Juice.
Excellent, that's it. Here, this
Thank
part we
you.
have to justify. Thank you, Adam. Here we have to justify. So here the concept of justify. Identify, we have to justify. If you didn't justify, you took half. You didn't take two. So you took half, even though you said in tube 1. But identify, we have to justify. Moving to question 2. Maybe I can't hear you. Check your connection, Dalal. Okay, Habibi? Check your connection, please. Thank you. Question 2. Respiration and aquatic plant. In this question, I will move to Zainab Bostani. So be ready, Zainab. Respiration and aquatic plant. We place a green aquatic plant in a large test tube filled with water and another tube containing only water. So this tube is called the control tube. We said that the control is used to compare and explain the results. Two tubes, they are placed in a dark place. Zainab, why do you think that we place the tubes in dark place? Why? Zainab Bustani, do you hear me? Zainab? Maybe Zainab is not with us. So let's have another one. Let's have Karam. Karam, you can unmute yourself?
Yes, does
Why did you think that we placed the two test tubes in a dark place?
does
Why did
what
you
does
place?
you?
Yes, we placed
Yeah,
two test tubes in a dark place, in darkness. Why?
to make it look like night.
Excellent. Thank you, Karam. Thank you, Habibi. So in order to make the medium like night, then we connect an oximeter to each of the test tubes. Michael, why do you think that we use an oximeter? What is the importance of the oximeter?
We use the oximeter to measure how much there's oxygen in
Oxygen, to
water.
measure the amount of oxygen. Thank you. Very good. Thank you, Michael. So we started recording the results shown by oximeter in water every 2 minutes. And the results are shown in this table. Time in minutes, we have 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Amount of oxygen gas for the aquatic plant. What is the unit in millimeter cube? You have it in physics. Millimeter cube, centimeter cube, decimeter cube, and others, right? So, amount of oxygen for the aquatic plant. At time 0, it was 20. Then it decreases to 18, 15, 13, 12, 10, 6, and 4. While the amount of oxygen in the contour tube in millimeter cube, it remains the same. It remains constant at 20 millimeter cube. Ayash Haywe, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, what do you think, Aya? What's happening in the tube containing the aquatic plant? Why does the amount of oxygen decreases? Why do you think?
Because it
Yes,
is observing
it is.
because it is the amount of oxygen gas is increasing because
It's decreasing first. It
it's
decreases from
decreasing.
gas. Why? Why do you think the plant is consuming oxygen or it's releasing oxygen?
It's releasing oxygen and
It's releasing. That's why
it's
it decreases.
consuming
Consuming. Excellent. So it's consuming
and
oxygen. It's taking oxygen. That's why the amount of oxygen decreases. Okay. Thank you. Let's move now to Ali Nasruddin. Ali, Good morning,
Yes.
Ali.
Good morning.
The amount of oxygen in the control tube, it remains 20. Why? Why? Amount of oxygen in the control. Control, it contains a plant?
No,
No. So the amount of oxygen will remain
the same.
the same. While in the one containing the plant, the amount of oxygen, it increases or it decreases?
It decreases.
Decreases. So what do you deduce here? We can deduce that the plant is consuming
Is consuming
which gas?
oxygen.
Oxygen gas. Now let's move to Adam Hajaji. Adam, good morning.
Good morning.
They said in the first part, draw the curve that shows the variation of the amount of oxygen and the function of time in both tubes. So you have to draw the graph. First, the graph should be done what? On a graph?
Paper.
Paper. First, what do you have to give the graph?
Title.
Title, excellent.
And the legend.
Legend.
Legend and? Okay. Every 1 centimeter, it gives kaza. What do we call it?
Scale.
Scale, very good. Thank you, Adam. So you have to give a title, a legend, and a scale for the graph. Okay, thank you. Analyze the obtained result. This is the first part, 3 marks for drawing the graph. And we practiced a lot on the graph. Okay, let's move now to Maya Hassan. Good morning, Maya. Mia, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so they said in the second part, part 2, analyze the obtained results. We said always in the analyze, what do you have to say? As time? Yes, Mia?
The voice is low. I can't hear you.
They said analyze. What's the meaning
Yes.
of analyze? You have to analyze the table. Can you analyze it?
Yes. After putting,
Here we don't have. You have to say analyze the table. You have to say as time.
as time increases,
Very good. From 0 to?
amount of oxygen gas for aquatic plant
Yes.
decreases.
But you have to mention the values, Mia. You have to say as time increases from 0 to 14 minutes, the amount
of oxygen for aquatic plant decreases from 20 to 4.
To 4 what? What is the unit?
Millimeter 3.
Millimeter cube. Okay? While the amount of oxygen gas in the contour tube, it remains constant at 20 millimeter cube. Thank you, Mia. This is the analysis for the table. So as time increases from 0 to 14, the amount of oxygen gas for the aquatic plant decreases from 20 to 4 millimeter cube. So you have to use the unit. And the amount of oxygen gas in the control, it remains the same. Hala, 43, what can you deduce? What can you conclude? When we have a plant, the amount of oxygen gas decreases. When we don't have a plant, the amount of oxygen remains the same. What can you conclude from here? Conclude. واحدة فيها plant and the second one with no plant. So the plant is doing what? The plant is consuming or releasing oxygen gas.
Consuming.
Yes, it's consuming. That's why the amount of oxygen decreases. Thank you, Hala. Let's move now to Aywana Leia Deikh. Leia, part 4. What is the role of the contour tube, ya Leia?
The role? Why
Yes.
are we doing this challenge?
No, the role of the contour tube. What is the function of the contour tube? We said that the contour tube is used to compare the results, right? So always the contour tube is used to compare the results, okay?
The results.
Okay, thank you, Leia. Let's move now to Noura Rasas. Noura, why did we place the plant in darkness? Yes, Noura? Why did we place the plant in darkness? Noura, you are here? She's not here, I think. Who can answer this question? Raising your hands. Why did we place the plant in darkness? Let's see who raised your hand. Yalla, Adam Hayek, the first one who raised your hand. Yeah, Adam, why did you place the
Yes,
plant in darkness?
because in the darkness the plant absorbs all the oxygen and the
Okay, but why did we place it in darkness? To make the medium like what? Day or night?
night.
Yes, Ustaz,
Night.
can you hear me?
To
Can you
make
hear
the
me now?
medium like night. Yes, Noura.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Before you didn't answer. I don't know why. Okay, no problem. Your next turn. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, yalla, keep up with you. The next question is yours, Noura. Thank you, Adam, and thank you, Aya, for raising your hand. Thank you. Digestion of meat. The experiment below is done to compare the action of gastric juice on different sizes of meat. The conditions are shown in document 1. So this experiment is done to compare the action of the gastric juice. So if I ask you, Noura, what is the aim of this experiment? Meaning that
To
why do you
compare the
do it?
action of gastric juice on different sizes of meat.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Excellent. Very good. So this is the aim of this problem. In document 1, we have two tubes, 1 and 2. Tube 1 contains large piece of meat, while tube 2 contains small pieces of meat. Then, when we have temperature 37 degrees Celsius, and we cover the two tubes with the wax lids, we cover them with the wax. Results, after 1 hour, the large piece of meat in tube 1, it becomes smaller. While the small pieces of meat in tube 2, they disappear. If I ask you by raising the hands, what is the duration of this experiment? What is the duration of this experiment? Let's see, raising your hands. Lamar and Adam, you were raising your hands already before. So I'm going to lower your hand and then you can raise your hand again. Okay? So what is the duration of this experiment? Let's see who's going to participate. Let's see, Hassan Watfa. I want to hear you. Hassan Watfa.
What?
What is the duration, Hassan, for this experiment? What is the time? They gave us the time or not? Yes?
Yes.
What is the duration?
Says you mean minute
Time.
يعني قد
Yes,
أخدت
time. What this duration? Yes. What is the duration needed to complete this experiment? Yes.
37
37 what?
degree
This is the temperature, Hassan.
temperature.
I need the duration, the
مش
time.
حاطين.
مش حاطين. Okay, let's see if they put the time or not. Let's have Adnan Araoni. What do you think, Adnan?
1 hour 1 hour أستاذ.
It's
Yes?
after 1 hour.
1 hour. So the duration is 1 hour. Hassan, they mentioned it here. The results after 1 hour. So give the name of the digestive gland that secretes the gastric juice. What do we call it? Yes, Lamar, what do you think? What is the name of the gland that secretes gastric juice? Lamar.
Yes.
Yes, what is the name of the gland that secretes the gastric juice? What do we call it, Lamar? The gland that secretes gastric juice.
The gastric gland.
Excellent, thank you. Part B, compare the size of the meat in each of the two test tubes. In tube 1 and tube 2. Aya, what do you think? Compare the size. Compare, you have to say larger or smaller. Yes. What do you think, Aya, about the size of the meat in tubes 1 and 2?
In tube 1, the meat is larger than
The piece of meat in tube 1 is larger than the piece of meat in tube 2. Excellent. This is how you formulate the hypothesis. What is the hypothesis? We said it's like the prediction. You have to predict. We have large piece and we have small piece. Large piece becomes smaller, while small piece they disappear. So what is the prediction here? You have to say maybe the small pieces are digested faster than the large pieces. This is the prediction. Or maybe the large pieces take more time to be digested. This is the hypothesis. Part D, interpret the obtained results. Who can tell me by raising the hands what is interpret? Yes? Other than Adnan, Adnan and I, please lower your hands. Adam Hajaji, yes. What is interpret, Adam?
After placing
No, what is interpret? Can you tell me what is interpret? It's what and what? It's something plus something. Yes. It's analyze plus. Karam, can you help us?
Indication.
Excellent. It's analyze plus indication. So here, what I have to do after adding gastric juice to tubes 1 and 2, where tube 1 contains large piece of meat, while tube 2 contains small pieces of meat. After 1 hour, the large piece of meat in tube 1 becomes smaller, while the small piece of meat in tube 2, they disappear. This is the analysis. Indication. What does this indicate? This indicates that the small pieces are digested completely, while the large pieces, they are not completely digested. Or you can say that this indicates that complete digestion occurs in tube 2 and incomplete or partial digestion occurs in tube 1. What can you conclude? The conclusion is a sentence that we have to know it. Already we studied about chemical and mechanical digestion. What do you think, Adam Arauni? What is the sentence that we studied about mechanical and chemical digestion? Adam Arauni, what do you think?
Yes.
What is the sentence that we studied about mechanical digestion and chemical digestion?
Uh,
Mechanical digestion, what does it do? It facilitates chemical digestion, meaning that mechanical cutting the food into smaller pieces will help the chemical digestion and it will allow the digestion to finish faster. This is already we studied in the lecture notes. So here you have to we conclude that mechanical digestion facilitates the chemical and allows the digestion to finish faster. This was the exam for semester 1. It was very easy and it was mostly from the note that we covered all of them, unless here you have a new point that you have to know the result after 1 hour. Here you have to read only this. And all of them, they are the same topics. Okay?